College Football. I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Rebels will put total leather and we'll get started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors offense will go to work first. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you've got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Right back to the well. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Davis will throw. Makes the grab. Gets him to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. And the Rainbow Warriors come to the line with a new set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Looking for a big gain. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
Well, we knew coming into this one, this was an offense that wanted to come out, sling it around, but the timing is going to have to be a whole lot better. This defense has athletes who can close on the ball and make plays, and you saw it right there in that interception to open this game.
Rebels offense is back on the field. Out of the gun, the running back has it. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind, but listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Buying some time. Wide open downfield. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. On the move, he fires. And a penalty flag comes in as that one falls incomplete, but this is going to be a positive play for the offense-defense with pass interference coming. So the pass interference in the end zone will give them a free 15. Remember the difference in this rule and the pros. Ball is not placed at the 1-yard line in this situation. He'll keep it himself. Oh, what a move. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. The Rebels have it with a 1st and goal. Slams ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Vegas.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Hawaii offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Quickly to the tight end. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The Rainbow Warriors can really attack on this 2nd and short. Quarterback on the keep. That's a fumble on the play. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
It's so hard to force fumbles. And when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling. You're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
Davis looking to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Rainbow Warriors will call on their punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll give it to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Takes the handoff, and he's going right. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger. And you could tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Looking deep down the right side. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go?
Open.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And the Rebels will send out the punt unit. Boots, his first of the day away, was called on 4 times in the victory last week. Leaves it with the back. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
The Rainbow Warriors will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll take it on the return. He's got great speed. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here we go. Leaves it with the running back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes 2nd down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Ready to stay ahead of the chains.
Keep it on the ground. Got the first down and more. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Offense set on 1st down. Trying to move them on the counter. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. We've reached the break, and UNLV is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the 2nd. Here we go. Back to pass. A safe call on the wide receiver screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Shoots it to the left. A strike downfield. Touchdown, UNLV. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
He does a really nice job getting the snap, getting the ball to his wide receiver in stride so he continued to run full speed and make all those yards after the catch and get all the way to the end zone.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Middle Tennessee is just getting blown off the field right now, and at this rate, I'm not sure this won't get worse. They're trailing by 17 to Bowling Green. We are the eyes and ears of a college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Davis will throw. That's caught. It's Barton. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking to throw on first down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Hey, this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. This is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success, because right now, they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
And the Rainbow Warriors trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. Gets rid of it. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. All right, guys, let's talk for a second about Hawaii. They had a win on the recruiting trail last week. 3-star linebacker giving a verbal commitment. And getting good talent like that is what a program at this level really needs to succeed.
Yeah, this is the next step for this program, right? Continue to get talent and high school talent that can come in that you know they can compete with your roster right now. Those are the guys that really help you take that next step.
The kick is on its way. Touchdown, Rebels. Special teams coming through, the third aspect of the game, delivering big time. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return, takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turning on the gas. Great job, great return.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Perkins. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Makes the grab. He'll get it out to the 25. Not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. The Rainbow Warriors come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quick release on the overhead. Out to the 36-yard line after play fake on first down to throw. Complete to the left. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Let's go.
Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. The play action fake. Hit as he throws. Got the quick pass. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout. And man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Davis looking to pass. Puts it out of the air. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. The Rainbow Warriors want to pick up the tempo. Back to pass on 2nd down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
And the Rainbow Warriors are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. He's going to take off. And he scurries out of bounds and wisely avoids taking the big hit. The Rebels can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
To the air on 1st down. Buys a little time. And the defense is there. He got away for a second, but not for long as they knock him down for a loss. They'll immediately call timeout. They gave up the sack on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Moving away from pressure. He'll try to do it himself. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Got it! Touchdown, Rebels! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the 2nd half.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the final 53 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive. Davis will throw. It's caught. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on first down. He's got an open man. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Smashes it between the uprights.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem. I don't think this defense has the solution. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Buzzing kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. The give on the option. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
And the Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. The Rebels had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of pay dirt. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They got stuffed on 2nd down, and still they need 1 yard here on 3rd and goal. Batted into the air near the goal line.
QB decided not to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up 4th.
And the offense doesn't bat an eye. They'll stay on the field and try. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Texas pulled out the victory on a day they clearly did not have their best. And that's a testament to those players there in Austin. That winning gene, I really believe it's a thing. Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
He's got him this time. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33. And that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Davis looking to pass. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Wants to throw again. Right on the money. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Rainbow Warriors are marching down the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Going for the big play. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. And the throw out to the sideline, but just a few yards.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Great style points on that catch, but they didn't pick up any yardage. And the Rainbow Warriors line up to punt it away. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Might be changing the route. Off-play action on first down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And some room to work. Kept it, and he's past the marker. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Wants to throw on first down. Pressure coming. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. And the Rebels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on second down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Plenty of time as he fires it to the right. He's got it on the outside. Touchdown, Vegas. Once he got some room, it was over. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. And the returner will be dragged down. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Davis will throw. And the timing just a hair off.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that well, good coverage.
This time on target. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. And this center downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and UNLV has the edge. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Off play action. Under fire. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
Not one, but 2 sacks on the day, and possibly more to come. Still time left in this football game, and this is a beatdown. You know all passes are coming. This offensive line better do a better job.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Get it out on the screen. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. The Rainbow Warriors will try to pin them back with the punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Rebels offense is back on the field. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
He's going for it all. He's got it down the left side. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the 4th quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the lead's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
The Rebels come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. And the Rebels look to do some damage in the red zone.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Here's a heat. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. The Rebels started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Trying to barrel in. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Davis looking to pass. They get to him as he throws. Got a man in the middle. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Now you got to think they'll really go on the attack. Big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 48. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They've got the ball in midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number 1 for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. And the Rebels are in the hurry-up. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Under fire. Incomplete. Man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back. They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the 1st. Makes a grab past the marker. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. The Rebels with the 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's going to fire deep. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Benjamin stride inside the 10. They're able to make the stop, but this offense running plays and racking up yards all the way to the end as they get the W. college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff. Rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game.